No.
No.
Hi vlog, nandito tayo guys sa River Cruise ng Chicago. Ayan. May husband. So everybody check in. Alis na kami mga 10 a.m. So makita natin ang beautiful building sa Chicago. So I'll see you later.
Have one title it still holds on to. Lake Point Tower is the shortest 70-story building in the world. Now wrap your mind around that one. How do you get a short 70-story building? Things of that sort, apartments don't. They always end up being shorter, and this is all residential. And it's very much a Chicago look. Glass in metal or glass in steel. New York. Everything else was up to what you as a designer want to do. If you want to do a historical building, fine. There are even schools that teach in that. If you want to do modern, that's fine as well. Style starts late 1970s. The tallest building designed by a woman architect. Now, you know, women architects have been around since the 19th century. You ever hear of them? No. At the top of the building would sometimes spend days bouncing off walls as the building swung all over the place. So a decision was made to join the National Hotel and Tower, completed in 2009, same year as Genie's Aqua. To the top of its mast, it is 1,390 feet tall, making it the second tallest the height by more than half. Number 2, go residential, don't be an office building. Totally changed the building's function. The look remained the same. 1923, it is the Jalbert, Dinkelberg, Thielbar, and Fugard's Jewelers building that's called brick box. No windows, no doors, we just want a brick box. Well, this bothered them. So what do we do when they bought the bricks? Every so often we put in dark bricks. Horizontal bands. Who wants to fight me on it? I'm going to hear all about the new building at the World Trade Center. It's a much taller building. No, it's not. The building at the World Trade Center comes in about, I think, 1,600 feet with a 400-foot mast making up nearly a fourth of the building. Its roof is much shorter than our roof. So we have a higher roof line and all that sort of stuff. For the windows and recessing windows, getting lots of vertical lines on the building and just creating this mess of verticals on a horizontal building. Everyone kept saying that Shaw failed to design his building. But I was saying one thing about the building, it's no failure. And while it may not be the largest building in the world any longer, it is still at the age of 91 amongst the largest. Experience all of that. Let's go back to 1914, 7 years ago. George Nimitz creates the Reed Murdoch Center. Reed Murdoch was a wholesale grocery business. They wanted an office building and warehouse, and the building was designed to that purpose. Lower floor, now high-end restaurant. That used to be warehouse space filled with produce. Upper floor is offices. Notice how your eye is drawn horizontally across the building by the windows. This is a localized style of architecture from the Midwest. In the early part of the 20th century, starting about 1900, running to about 1915, 1916, architects in the Midwest said, we are building on flat land here. We have no desire to build vertically. We will build horizontally, mimicking the flatness of the prairies. And they began doing what is called the Prairie School of Architecture, George Nimitz being one of the practitioners. Most people will hear Prairie School from Frank Lloyd Wright, one of the people, but not the only one. Nimitz was in there as well. Now, I want to point out one thing about Marina City and Bertrand Goldberg. Mies van der Rohe was a great architect and a great teacher. Because we all know sometimes students don't pay attention in class. Bertrand Goldberg studied under Mies van der Rohe. And clearly did not attend the class on rectangles or slept through it. He came up with birds. Upon completing Marina City, the towers go up in 62. Bertrand says, I have just done 2 trees to tower along the banks of the Chicago. We never saw trees, but we did see organic form, and we did make the buildings with corn cobs. Now, whenever we call them trees or corn cobs, I must call them another thing, and that is the icons of Chicago. They've been there nearly 60 years. During that time, every single movie or television program that films in Chicago and wants to establish a contemporary Chicago setting will always show you at least one shot of those buildings established here in Chicago. It's not contextual. It's just a building. And it can have any functionality. That building was built originally to house the offices and headquarters, Midwest headquarters of IBM. The lower floors of it now are hotel. Went in and totally changed everything because the floor plan is totally flexible in the building. Let's right, you're going to be seeing why we look at it. It is a 1923 building by Alfred Alschuler, originally built for London Guarantee and Accident Insurance Company building. It's Beaux-Arts, ancient Greece. The two buildings share two things in common. Number one, they're both made of limestone. Number two, they sit on the site of Fort Dearborn. Remember that fort I talked about? That is where the fort was built in 1803. Obviously, riverfront. From this point on, either side of us, everything we see here is landfill. Had you been in early Chicago, you would have seen Michigan Avenue as a dirt road, 30 feet.
So, nandito tayo sa New York. Ito ating breakfast. The work. Omelette, may ham, sausage, tsaka grits, tsaka may pancake. It's now 12 na. Pabalik na tayo ng hotel. Sunshine na. Inulan kami sa Inulan kami sa cruise ship. Ang mahal-mahal pa naman bayad namin dahil umulan, di ba? Pero okay lang. Nag-enjoy naman kami sa storytelling kung paano nag-umpisa ang Chicago. So Chicago is the second largest city here in US and number one is New York. So dati daw, ano lang talaga to, parang ito, dati is like lake, tapos katagalan, tinambakan nila ng lupa hanggang sa yun, naging siyang city. So imagine nung, stop muna tayo. So imagine, diba? Let's go now. So, can you imagine, this is before like your dirt road, nothing here. And now this is the second largest city in the USA. So, ang laki niya talaga. So, dati pang-apat daw siya. I think, kasi tumagal, may mga iba kasing city na parang na ano daw, nasunog or like LA, ganun. Or yun. So, sila ngayon na nasa ano. Tapos yung mga building pa nila ang tataas. Yan. Before, may mga ano sila, hawak nila yung ano, world record na sila yung tallest building. I think USA on the world, but I don't know. Tapos yung mga building dito is talagang ang gaganda yung mga architect. Talaga makikita mo iba-ibang shape na ano. So parang doon, dito kasi parang yung architecture is like a story na, di ba, is not, nobody's like make a perfect hair or parang ganoon. So sobra kaming nag-enjoy sa aming tour. Sobrang happy. So ngayon naman, susunod nating destination, final destination, ano ba yan? So, susunod nating destination, pupunta tayo sa mga gangsters. Yun. Maghahanap ako ng mga katropa ko, guys, kasi meron tayong ano. Let's go. Maghahanap tayo ng mga katropa natin kasi may laban tayo mamaya. So, pupunta tayo sa ano. Turn left.
Not here.
Straight pa daw. So, yun. Ayan na. Ayan sa ano. Hotel din to sa likuran ko. Next one? Okay. Stop. Yan. Mga bus stop. Ayan, yun. Pupunta sa ano. Tapos, I think, ito yung ano nila, parang, ito yata yung hotel. Ito yata yung, ayun, yung children hospital dito sa Chicago. Yan yung children. Oh, mag-apply lang ako dyan eh. Hindi na yan ako. Hindi na ako mag-apply sa Texas. Yan ako mag-apply, guys. Yan na. Ang aking bagong ano, mga ano, proparo. Naman tayo. Ganun nandito, guys. Tatawid. Yeah, you have to sit down. So, mag-relax muna si ano, may love. Guys, kung kailan ba naman Tapos na yung aming cruise ship. Saka pa umaraw, di ba? Ang ganda. Ang bait talaga ni Lord. Sobrang bait ni Lord. But thank you, that's a blessing. Sabi ko nga, kasi sa lahat naman ng adventure, guys, wala talagang perfect. Lahat ng adventure natin sa buhay, minsan, may maganda, may hindi. You just enjoy na lang the moment, di ba? Enjoy mo lang yung moment na enjoy mo yung rain, enjoy mo yung sun. Kasi, that's how you always think positive sa buhay. Kasi kung hindi ka nag-enjoy, kahit patirik-nitirik ang araw, di ba? Hindi ka talaga mag-enjoy. So, you always enjoy every moment of your life. Umulan man o umaraw. Kasi, once, minsan lang tayo mabuhay, enjoyin na natin. So, pupunta tayo ngayon sa gangster. So, malapit sa hotel. So, pabalik kami ngayon sa hotel. So, that's, so, see you later.
Floor 2, going up.
Crime tours. Ito yung ating guys. Limousine na bus. Taray, di ba? So, yeah, with the city. Yan. Chicago crime tours na ito. Mga guys. Yung mga bagong member, guys. Sasakay na kami ng limousine, guys. Yan. Kanahin ko na si yan. Bago nilang member, guys. Nandito na tayo sa loob ng bus or limousine bus para sa ating gangster tour. Mahirap vlog kasi may music. Yung ating OOTD today. Ayan. That's right. Ayan.
Look how much I drunk.
Huh?
Look how much I drunk.
I know. You're so thirsty. No, na siya. Nandito tayo sa 21st
Floor
floor.
21.
Let's go. Yung Hi vlogs! Nandito tayo ngayon sa Mexican restaurant. So Casa Mexican Cantina sa Chicago. Well, ito yung kanilang chips and salsa. It's kind of different sa Texas. Texas is a little bit good. This one is like a plain. Ito, Chicago style. So, hindi siya tulad sa Mexican na sobrang spicy. Dito is mild. It's okay. So, yan. So, I'm gonna try this Mexican restaurant. Guys, ito yung ating dinner. Carnitas. So, yun ang sarap. Para siya may pagka humba na adobo. Yeah, pork. Para siyang humba. Sarap siya. Wow. Init siya, guys. Sige. Tignan natin. Ang init. Sarap. Thank you. Wow. Isang tortilla. Hi guys. Nandito tayo ngayon sa Marshall. Para din siyang rose. Ito yung mga nila, sale. Tignan natin. So, ito. Ayan. Para din to siyang rose. Mga branded yung mga ito, $16. Ito, Calvin Klein, 19. 16 na lang. O, diba? Wow. So, para din tong Tommy Hilfingers. $10 na lang. Pero ang problema, ayoko ng ganito. Tirik. $10 lang oh. $10. Sorry yung 16. Ganda. Bibilin ko siya. Ayan, ganda siya. $10 na lang. Tapos, ayan o. $12 na lang siya. Mga ano tayo, branded. Tingin tayo ng mga dress. Clearance. Alright. Tingin tayo. Tingin tayo ng mga ano guys. Maraming tao sa mga dress. Dito muna tayo. Let's shop with me. Shopping si Inday. Ito. 29 lang siya oh. Oh, Morgan. 29 lang. O, diba? Ang ganda. 29 lang siya. Cute. Ang haba lang. Hanggang sa ano, dulo ng walang hanggan. Sobrang haba. Hindi bagay sa atin. Oh, Calvin Klein oh. 29 lang. Ganda. Ang cute. Original price 89. Marte. Just size 10. Pero titignan ko kasi sa ano, Calvin Klein. Yes. Cute siya. Huh? Diba? Tingin tayo dito sa ano, clearance. May clearance dito eh. Wait lang ha. Tingin tayo dito sa ano. Ito, ang ganda ng bag oh. Ito, clearance. Tingin tayo. Oh. Ayan oh. Tapos ito mga bag. Ang ganda oh. Beverly Hills. Ano na lang to? 19. Ito ang ganda oh. Tingin tayo ng mga ibang bag. Ay, ito ang ganda. Calvin Klein. 49. Ayan o. Ganda o. 49. Ayan o. Burberry store. Ang ganda o, diba? Ayan siya. Burberry store. Burberry! Ang ganda! Ang laki! Wow! Burberry. Ganda. Ganda na store. Look guys, ang ganda oh. Ganda ng damit. So nice. Ayan, ang ganda ng bag. Ayan. Ha, ang mga ano. What is this? Ayan ang mga store dito. Ayan o. Ito, isa dati. Oh, ganda rin o. This is... Ay, ang ganda ng bag. Ang ganda. Sandals. Diba? Taray. Ang ganda. Ang ganda ng bag. Sobrang daming magandang store talaga dito. Mga Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Couch, Burberry. Yan. Kate Spade, lahat. Louis Vuitton. Yun. Ito naman yung Nike. Ito, Nike. Yan. Ang famous na Nike. Dito, Nike. Lamig ng room. No, it's 71. 71.
Take it, 73.
73. Lamig. Parang ice. So, it's now our pit day here in Chicago. We start to pack our things now. Going back on Friday morning. So, goodbye, Chicago. Wala na akong pera, Chicago. Nakabili ako ng Mickey Mouse. Ayan, si Mickey Mouse. Tapos, bibili na ako ng ng, I think, maybe t-shirt. Tsaka magnetic sa cabinet. Sa Chicago, the Windy City. Sa tabi lang, nasa lang eh. Sa ibaba lang building namin yung Walt Disney Store. Ito lang yung gusto, kung iba kasi mahal eh. So, ito is, I think $24. So, ayan siya. Nakalagay dito. Ayan. Disney Store, Chicago. So, nakita na ko sa kanya. Ayan. Dati, pinapangarap ko lang makabili ng ngayon, nakabili na talaga ako. So, ganda. Mga dito, yung mga store ng mga Louis Vuitton, Gucci, mga Chanel. Minsan nga, parang gusto kong bumili. Alam mo na, parang, kasi di ba parang nainggit ka sa mga iba na meron sila, ikaw wala. Joke lang, oy. O, syempre, ba, hindi natin maiwasan na. Kaya ko naman bumili, guys. Meron naman tayo konti. Kaya lang sabi ko, huwag na. Yung ibibili ko na Louis Vuitton na $1,500 US. Diyos ko, babayaran na namin yung bahay namin sa Pilipinas. Yung 1,500, malaki na yun, guys. Na yun? Pwede na yun. Malaki na yun kung isi-save mo. Tapos, parang ibibili mo lang ng bag, di ba? Hindi masyadong Siguro MK, hanggang MK na lang ako. Kasi MK is 100. Hindi masyadong mabigat. Ang Gucci, medyo mahal din eh. Hindi ako pumunta ng Gucci kasi mahal. Sabi ko, pag mamatay naman ako bukas, hindi ko naman yan madadala, di ba? Bakit ako bibili niyan, di ba? So, mas gusto ko na lang na punin yung pera, ipadala sa Pilipinas, yung iba kagaya nito, travel. Magsisave talaga ako ng money pang travel. Kasi sa travel, marami kang makikita, ma-experience na yun ang hindi mo kayang bilhin ng pera. Charot. So, ayun. Pwede ko na iuntog yung ulo ko dito, ang lambot. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa Diyos kasi sobrang hindi maganda nangyari sa akin in the past few weeks. Na-vlog ko siya pero hindi ko pa siya na-edit. Sa vlog ko na yun, naikwento ko yun. Merong hindi maganda nangyari sa akin. And then fast forward, sabi ko sa asawa ko, yun, gusto kong magbakasyon muna para, di ba, mawala yung sakit. Sakit ako na. Pero malalaman yun in the upcoming vlogs kung ano nangyari. And then, kung bakit kami nandito sa Chicago sa mga upcoming vlogs, malalaman nyo guys kung bakit ganun. Ganon. So, yun ang ating vlog 5 sa Chicago. Ito, suit ko pa rin ang aking favorite na Victoria's Secret at pinagsisisihan ko bakit isa lang yung nabili ko. Sana din dalawa ko na, pero bibili lang kami sa Texas. So, yun lang guys ang ating vlog. Thank you for watching. God bless everybody. Stay safe. Kahit kami dito nagmamask kami kasi hindi natin alam. Kahit vaccinated na ako, Pfizer pa. Pfizer pa. So, yun lang guys. Thank you guys for watching my vlog. Good night.